New York City, a place where dreams collide with reality. The city that never sleeps, where the streets are alive with energy, ambition, and a pulse like no other. From the bustling avenues of Manhattan to the hidden corners of Brooklyn, New York stands as a testament to human innovation, grit, and resilience. But have you ever wondered how this global powerhouse came to be? How a small, humble settlement became the center of finance, culture, and influence that it is today? New York's evolution is not just a story of growth, it's a saga of survival, reinvention, and transformation, filled with dramatic highs and crushing lows. From its founding by Dutch traders in the 1600s, to its role in shaping the Industrial Revolution, to the cultural renaissance that defined the 20th century, New York has always been a city in motion, constantly evolving, breaking boundaries, and redefining itself. This is the story of New York City, a city built on ambition, fueled by diversity, and driven by an unstoppable force of change. And whether it's Wall Street's power, Broadway's magic, or the arts of Harlem, every corner of this city has a story to tell. So how did New York become the city that shapes the world? Let's take a journey through time and explore its remarkable evolution. Pre-colonial and colonial era. Long before skyscrapers, New York was home to the Lenape people, thriving off the land's natural resources. In 1624, Dutch settlers arrived and founded New Amsterdam at the southern tip of Manhattan, establishing a key trading hub. But in 1664, the British took control, renaming it New York. The city's strategic location made it a vital port, setting the stage for its rapid growth as a center of trade and diversity. By the end of the colonial era, New York was already becoming a bustling, multicultural city with roots in commerce and opportunity. Early growth in the 19th century. The 19th century saw New York's transformation into a major industrial and economic hub. The construction of the Erie Canal in 1825 turned the city into a global trade center, while Ellis Island became the gateway for millions of immigrants, shaping New York's unique cultural identity. Landmarks like Central Park and the Brooklyn Bridge emerged, symbolizing the city's rapid growth. By the century's end, New York had evolved into a thriving metropolis, driven by industry, immigration, and infrastructure, setting the stage for its rise as a world power. Gilded Age and early 20th century. The late 19th and early 20th centuries marked New York's rise as a global powerhouse. The Gilded Age brought wealth, innovation, and the birth of the iconic New York skyline. Skyscrapers like the Empire State Building and Chrysler Building began to define the city's identity. Cultural landmarks like Broadway thrived, and Wall Street solidified its status as the financial heart of the world. But this period also exposed the city's inequality, as rapid industrialization led to overcrowded slums and poverty. Harlem Renaissance and 1920s boom. The 1920s brought a cultural explosion. The Harlem Renaissance was a defining moment for African American art, music, and literature. Jazz echoed through the city's streets, and New York became a center of creativity and change. This decade also saw the rise of the city's entertainment industry, with Times Square at its center. The 1920s were a time of excess and innovation, but it was also a prelude to the challenges of the Great Depression. The Great Depression and World War II. The Great Depression hit New York hard, with unemployment soaring and the city's economy in crisis. Yet, despite the struggles, New York's spirit remained unbroken. The city began to rebuild during World War II, as factories boomed and the city played a critical role in the war effort. The post-war period saw rapid growth, with New York emerging as a global symbol of strength and resilience. The city's skyline grew even taller, and its cultural influence spread worldwide. Mid-20th century, urban challenges and cultural change. The mid-20th century brought both progress and challenges. While New York's financial power continued to grow, neighborhoods began to face economic decline, especially in the 1970s, as crime rates soared and infrastructure faltered. Yet this period also marked the birth of hip-hop in the Bronx and the rise of Greenwich Village as a center for counterculture. The city was reinventing itself again, this time through the arts, music, and a new wave of cultural expression. Late 20th century, revival and gentrification. By the 1980s, New York was undergoing a major revival. Mayor Rudy Giuliani's reforms helped tackle crime and urban decay, and the city's economy started to rebound. Gentrification began reshaping neighborhoods like Soho and Tribeca, attracting wealthy residents and artists alike. Times Square, once a symbol of urban decline, was transformed into a clean, vibrant tourist destination. The city's financial power remained unmatched, with Wall Street continuing to dominate global markets. 21st century resilience and growth. The attacks of 9/11 tested New York like never before, but the city responded with extraordinary resilience. The rebuilding of the World Trade Center site symbolized New York's enduring spirit. In the years that followed, New York continued to grow, embracing new technology and innovation. Silicon Alley, the city's tech hub, began to rival the likes of Silicon Valley, while the city remained a beacon for finance, arts, and culture. However, New York still faces challenges. Inequality, affordable housing, and the threat of climate change are ongoing concerns. Yet, its capacity to adapt and thrive in the face of adversity ensures that New York remains one of the most dynamic cities in the world. New York's history is one of resilience, creativity, and an unyielding drive to push forward. As the city moves into the future, one thing remains certain: New York will continue to be a place where dreams are made and history is written every day.